The Stoics did not have phones. They had messengers, market rumors, imperial reports, and public letters read aloud in the forum. What they discovered, and what Athenodorus of Cana codified, is that anxiety does not live in the incoming signal. It lives in the space between the signal and your reaction. Epictetus wrote it plainly in the Enchiridion, men are disturbed not by the things which happen, but by the opinions about the things. Read that again slowly. It is not the notification. It is not the view count. It is not the comment. It is the private judgment your mind attaches in the millisecond after you see it. That judgment is the entire wound. At 27, you are living inside a machine designed to remove that millisecond. Swipe, react, compare, react, refresh, react. The algorithm did not invent this loop. It only industrialized it. Athenodorus saw the same loop inside a young Caesar who could execute a man for a sentence spoken wrong at dinner. And here is what nobody tells you, the Stoic solution was never to stop caring. It was to reinsert the millisecond. To rebuild the space the world keeps trying to steal. If this is landing, save this video. You will want it the next time your phone lights up at midnight and your chest tightens before you even read the message. But the technique itself, that comes from a scene most people have never heard. Around the year 20 BC, Athenodorus Canaanites, a Stoic philosopher from Tarsus, the same city that produced the Apostle Paul, served as tutor and advisor to the young Augustus. Plutarch preserves the exchange. Athenodorus was old, preparing to leave the court and return home. Augustus, still ruled by imperial temper, asked for one final teaching. Athenodorus said, "Whenever, Caesar, thou art angry, say and do nothing before thou hast repeated to thyself the 24 letters of the alphabet." 24 letters. That is it. The founder of an empire, ruling from Britain to Syria, was told by his Stoic teacher that the entire architecture of self-mastery could fit inside the time it takes to recite an alphabet. Augustus reportedly grabbed the old man's hand and begged him to stay another year. Why did it work? Because the Stoics understood something modern psychology only rediscovered in the last 30 years. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, Book 4, "Remove the judgment, and you have removed the thought I am hurt." Remove the thought I am hurt, and the hurt is removed. The wound is the judgment. The judgment forms in less than a second. The alphabet, or any structured pause, is a mechanical wedge between the trigger and the story your mind tells about the trigger. Sêneca said it in his letters, and this line will follow you the rest of your life: we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. At 27, the imagined suffering is that everyone your age is winning. The stalled career, the flat post, the friend's engagement announcement, the follower who unfollowed, these are triggers. The pain is the story you build about them in the next half second. And that is where the ancient Stoic method gets brutal. But that is only half the story. Here is the part most people get completely wrong. Modern advice says, delete the app, log off, take a digital detox. The Stoic answer is the opposite. Athenodorus did not tell Augustus to stop reading imperial reports. He told him to change what happens inside him when the report arrived. So translate the practice. When your phone lights up and your stomach drops, the friend's promotion, the follower count, the message that reads too cold, do not swipe. Do not respond. Do not close the app in shame. Sit with the device in your hand and recite, silently, the 26 letters. A, B, C, all the way to Z. It will feel absurd for the first 3 days. On day 4 something shifts. You will notice the judgment forming: I am behind, I am failing, they hate me, and you will notice it as a thought, not as reality. That noticing is the entire Stoic project. Marcus Aurelius, running the largest empire in history, wrote to himself at dawn, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." You are 27. You will not outrun the algorithm. You will not outpost it. But you can, starting today, Rebuild the millisecond it steals from you. Drop this in the comments, which notification hits you hardest, the career update, the relationship post, or the follower count. I read every one, and the pattern is more stoic than you think. CTA, 9 to 10 minutes if you want more of this, daily wisdom from Marcus, Seneca, Epictetus, and the teachers who shaped emperors. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. This channel is a slow build toward one thing, giving you the stoic tools the modern world forgot. Every video is a piece of that armor. OUTRO, final 30 seconds, so the challenge for today is small and impossible. The next time your phone lights up and the anxiety spike arrives, before you swipe, before you react, before you refresh, recite the alphabet. Give yourself the 26 letters Augustus was given. That is Athenodorus, reaching 2,000 years across time to hand you back the millisecond the world keeps taking. If this hit, my video on how Marcus Aurelius silenced insults with a single thought will make even more sense now, because it is the same technique, aimed at a different wound. Watch that next. At 27, every notification can feel like a verdict on your life. 2,000 years ago, the Stoic philosopher Athenodorus gave Emperor Augustus a single 24-letter technique to end that exact feeling, and it is the missing piece of every modern anxiety cure. In this video we walk through the ancient scene preserved by Plutarch, the core teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca on judgment and suffering, and the practical daily method you can start using tonight to reclaim the millisecond between trigger and reaction. This is Stoic philosophy for the algorithm age, practical, historical, and applied. Midnight. The 27-year-old wound 030. Why anxiety does not live in the feed. 2:30 Athenodorus and the young Caesar. 5 o'clock. What Marcus and Seneca understood. 6:30 The alphabet practice, translated. 8:30 Your first 24 letters tonight. Subscribe for daily Stoic wisdom from Marcus, Seneca, and Epictetus, and hit the bell icon so the next lesson finds you when you need it.